All right, good to go. All right, good evening, everybody. We're just tuning in here, and we're coming to a close. It is only 2:30, but as we get towards the end of the day, as you guys know, I am watching to see whether or not candles are going to be closing back up above what they've gained, or if we're looking down here on the lower time frame, if this is just a retest. Now, earlier today, I talked about the potential of going up into the 628s, which would still be very much underneath control. And I think that is possible overnight. But with this directly up above us, taking a continuation trade without confirmation here could get pretty difficult. So I see a potential retracement back up into 629 if we hold without falling, and that's probably the number one thing here is and as I say that, let's go move down to the 5 minute time frame. We have a range here, floor there. And so if these things start breaking down before the end of the day, that could, like I said, change that analysis. But at the same time, this is the third time here. If we flip the script and move back up, that will solidify that analysis back up to the upside. And most of the time, before we continue down, we will fill that empty space up. All right, Apple could push the triple Qs past 6:30 if earnings are great. That definitely could be, yeah, for sure. Apple or I think there's a couple others. And Apple looks pretty interesting going into earnings. I mean, again, I have a target. I'll go ahead and just call it 269, 270 to the upside and 240 to the downside. So not super equal. All right. That's the breakdown on the silver trade. I haven't looked at it. We'll take a look at it in just a second. Let's take a look at IWM. So IWM did give us a little bit today. We were able to take it down. Saw about 100+% on some of those contracts, and then of course lower time frame. We recovered floors. We recovered 260.50. Now, while I talk about this, I was reading in the free chat that a lot of you, and hopefully you're watching this back or catching this later on, or you're here now, got whacked trying to bounce the market, right? Trying to bounce SPY, oops, and trying to bounce QQQ. And I was curious because when you lose your floors, right, and there was only one area that we looked at as a potential bounce, and that did not respond, right? So you were short underneath 232 to the 220 or 629 mark. And without that bounce, right, you look at what's below you in the most recent price action, and it's just a tiny box. That's it. And you had empty space and a cost basis floor that you went and tapped down below. So trying to catch a bounce on this thing when you are flushing through levels that need to, that right there should have bounced. On a regular no, shit day, that's more than likely going to bounce. Um, but it did not. Not at least in any meaningful way, and of course flush down a little bit further. So once you lose what buyers have regained, that bounce becomes less and less likely unless you're moving into something structural like this, right? All right. Now, back to IWM. If you're on YouTube, you can check that out. Now, with IWM, one of the things that we are going to be looking at going into tomorrow is this thing going to punch back. It's 123 now at the floor, and I think it might be worth just throwing some cash at this up into the 269, 268 area. Again, we'll see how this closes, but as we go to the end of the day, we are recovering pretty substantial floors here. Again, like to see that hold pop up and possibly close in this lower time frame. I'm going to give it the top there. 263.80, which I believe, yeah, that is the end of the empty space right here. And if we close there strong, that could lead to that punch back. And again, with structure above us, if you want to put some time on that, There's no guarantee that we're able to move through that tomorrow without gapping up above 264.35. So that's exactly what I did. Awesome, dude. Yeah, if you were able to nail that trade, that's perfect. All right. So IWM obviously giving us a little bit of possible upside. We'll see how that ends up closing tomorrow. If there is any sort of downside, we'll look at a 261 loss, and then it's back to the floor again. All right. We'll see. We got a lot of time. Got a lot of time here to really kind of see how this closes. So no rushing into positions. Last one is SPY, and like I said, this one actually did execute a 5-minute punchback, wick down, and return back to the box, right, or range, if you will. This one has punched up and is currently sitting above that box, right, with, like I said, empty space up above us, and this old floor that you're trying to break back on top of now. So as we near the end of the day, we are also looking for SPY to reclaim 692.25, hold above 690.80. And if we can hold those two areas, that does put us in a position to possibly go and fill that empty space. Now, again, retest usually happen just like this when we are legging down. So I am watching to see whether or not we exhibit weakness on all three ETFs as we move up. But anyway, yeah, we'll take a look at it. I'm a 19-year-old college student. How do I try any of this? I'm in school for finance, but we're only learning microeconomics right now. So this is purely technical analysis based on the chart itself. So I don't really factor in any sort of financial or economic. Well, there is overhead economic data that acts as a catalyst that I respond to. But if you want to learn how to utilize my strategy and my system, it's YouTube. My YouTube channel has a really good breakdown on that. So just to kind of get the concept of what I'm doing here. Yeah, educational playlist. All right, now for tomorrow, we got core PPI coming in at 8:30. It's obviously high impact, but we'll see how much that affects the market. And then lastly, wherever it is, too fast. Where did that earnings chart go? I thought I set it aside. Not earnings chart, but earning. There it is. All right. So for tonight, some of the bigger earnings. Jesus. Got Apple SanDisk, which I'm actually curious to see how that one, because it might have blown past its valuation. But Visa, Western Digital, SAP, Decker Brands, Eastman, High Tide, and that's about it. Tomorrow morning, SoFi, which yes, I am holding my puts to the downside. I'm probably going to grab some calls here before the end of the day. I already was in position. It's low risk. If this position ended up not working out in my favor, oh well. I mean, I really wouldn't cry about it. Again, I just had a transfer hit the bank. Okay, so this one is low risk. But if I end up getting lucky here, I'm looking at a 621.30 target. I'm probably going to be hedging for the 3250s. So tomorrow's contracts, obviously, SoFi hasn't been a massive hit on earnings, at least as of recently. So that is something to factor in. The move typically happens after earnings. All right. All right, let's brush back up on Netflix. So this one today, I ended up trading it down. It did hit that 24-hour bottom of the candle, and it did hit that 82.35. It's something to look at. As far as the 24 hours concerned, again, we're off of that green candle, so it might be something that could consider being a bounce trade. It's got nothing but empty space up above it. And I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, and that's fine if you do not want to participate in this, because I am a little attached to this fucker, and I will peel myself off of it once I am right. That being said, I will be watching it tomorrow. Not necessarily for a swing, but for tomorrow, I'm curious on whether we're going to get that extra leg down, lose that 24-hour floor, or if we'll go back up and retest that empty space up above. So I just like to see the end result of whatever.
So Netflix is your new meta?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. We'll get over it, just like I did Meta.
Man's over here obsessed.
A little bit. I gotta
The
be
stock
right.
version of you.
I gotta be right. All right. So if you have any requests here, please drop them now. Besides messing with Netflix a little bit here and there, obviously focused on the IWM. Does anybody use the Heineken Ashy candles? I do not. I tried using those to smooth things out, and it doesn't work with my system. I need the candle closes, and I need the wicks. I need the detail that it smooths over. All right. So Rivian actually slammed into my target today. It did bounce. It is not green. So there's nothing here telling me that we're going to reverse or move back up. You're simply in range. So the goal is to break above today's high. And the ultimate goal here is to get back on this floor of 16.20, 16 bucks. And then we can start getting the ball rolling. But this is step one in a potential reversal, which again, $16 is going to be pivotal in getting back up and over. So Zoom, please, my man. Graph look good. You spelled graph, Graf, but it's okay. I know what you're saying. All right. Let's take a look at Zoom here. Oh man, that's not good. Wow, you came right the fuck back down. I see a retest at 93.81. See a retest at 93.81. If that's bearish, whether it wicks there and then drives back down, obviously there's more available. If by the end of the day this pushes back down towards the floor, then you could just try for that empty space underneath you. So, all right. It's a lot more volatility than it's had in a long time. So, MSTR, how'd that one do? Ooh, oh shit. You blew past my 144 target. Oh no. Weekly. Uh-oh. That's bearish, right? Retesting the top and then pushing down and closing back underneath 147.97. You have one last chance at 135.50. If that's lost, I think MicroStrategy might be in trouble. Might be looking at a 102 target. ANF down. Yeah, thank you guys for tapping your screens. Appreciate you. Yeah, this one, the spreads look like fucking dog water. But it is closing pretty flat up against the floor. The empty space up above it, obviously, and structure gives you a pretty flat stop loss down. Again, this is a range 1-2. So yeah, if we can lose that 93.27, you can get that next leg down, but the price of those contracts was just fucking terrible. Blinker Doctor. That's funny. I typically see the recognized pullbacks by weakness when candles do not have any floors underneath them, and as they reach into resistance, you start seeing candles wick up and then get eaten and pulled back down. That's typically a sign of temporary weakness. So, all right, Elf came down today. Channel time, tappy time. This is why it's so fucking easy to hold. Even if I did get stopped out of this trade, it's still the way that it runs makes my life easier. It tapped off of 82, which that is the candle close over here. Here's how I'm dealing with this, right? I just want it back over 88.65 to get to the empty space that you left behind up there. Is this good enough? Not really, but that pull back underneath, or to pull us back up on there, definitely can set us in motion. And again, candles like this on ELF, honestly, it's more or less where that 24-hour candle is closing, and it's closing back on the floor. So I at least right on it. So yeah, I think it looks good to try to potentially get that reversal, and if anything, possibly establish another range. Get some sleep, bro. I have a 101-degree fever right now, brother. I'm still here. All right, Microsoft. I'm actually low-key sweating and then getting really cold. You know what the coolest thing to do though when you got a fever? Sleep. Cause those fever dreams, bro, they hit. I'm like, is this for free? They do. What do I think about game? Like, just what do you mean? What do I think about it? Like, just in general? Jesus fucking Christ, that's disgusting. Oof, that's gross. I really wish that they would like not show me that content as soon as I open my phone. That was disgusting. Whoever that basketball player that's got his front teeth knocked out, just open my phone, just seen him. Awful. Did I take medicine to bring the fever down? No. No. If I get up to like 102 or like really hold 101, I might take some medicine, but I don't like taking ibuprofen or Tylenol. I've got my stomach. I had to take ibuprofen and stuff like that for years, and I think it kind of fucked up my stomach. So I avoid those if I don't need them. Oh shit! Bam! Boom boom. What's a good platform to trade IPOs and swing trade? I like TradeStation. I did eat some raw garlic. Yeah, I did. It was awful. You should have seen it. All right, let's see here. NCLH up as well. Oh my God. Yeah, that thing does not give a shit at all. Are you looking to get in this or are you already in? I hope you're already in. I pray. So there's not much to go off of here, and it's okay to admit that, right? It's okay to just come to terms with the fact that all you have right now is a range. That's it, right? That's all I see. The 4 hour gives a little bit more away, but not much. The 2 hour, we start to see some structure, which we are currently moving through now. And it did see, yeah, so it filled up that empty space, shot down, never lost a 2250 floor, which is the first green candle to your left over there. And so at break over 22.90 or $23, excuse me, I would be looking.
Lulu alert.
That Lulu, yeah, you're right.
I got that same one, yeah.
Give me a second. Now, a lot of stocks like this have just been fucking punching down. And I look at Lulu. I gotta see, this is where you might get too lost in the sauce. We gotta figure this out. So that's the weekly candle. Do I expect this weekly candle to drive price all the way back up to 186 in one candle? Probably not.
One day too.
In one day. Probably not. Had that happen yesterday? Maybe. Hmm. I mean, I was on the money with that target, though. 1 hour. We'll see how it responds. I mean, it would have to fucking jackknife completely right back up. So I'll keep an eye on it. But I just watched Pins and a couple of other stocks just punch right down. So let's see here. All right. What else do we got?
Real quick, you're not worried about Rivian at all? Like you don't give a fuck? Hold on your equity, all your equity. You don't give a fuck?
Yeah. I got
Okay,
into
just
this
making sure.
for, yeah, I mean,
Because you didn't sell none,
I
right? When it was at the high,
no,
and it was getting
I
really close to closing that weekly gap.
very close. My thoughts on this one are, even just looking beyond that, there is, obviously way more
Yeah.
empty space. And I think, for anybody in here, you don't have to do what I do. If you decide that you would rather just find a better position, if your average is below, if it's below your average, whatever you choose to do, with all of this volume underneath us, I feel pretty safe. I have obviously an amazing average. So yeah, I regardless of the conditions, I'm gonna still try to execute the plan. Um, so yeah, I'm good right
That's
now.
fine. I
I
was just
think I
wondering. I was
think
just wondering.
yeah, I think one of the things that reassures me is how it falls. So
In this
it's
gaps, there's daily
yeah,
gaps, there's hourly gaps, there's like gaps all the way down.
yeah. There's gaps, all the way to 29. So, bro,
Well,
I
no, we
took meta
fell fast this
contract.
time too.
I took a contract too far out and got cooked. So what'd you learn? What did you learn? And why did you get in that far out of the money? I could probably tell you. You had FOMO.
FOMO.
You had FOMO.
Fear of mogging out.
If you're on TikTok, I'm gonna remove my fucking jacket and put it back on about 900 times. But holy shit, I am. Please regulate your body temperature. Where's Miss Frizzle when you need her? All right. Thoughts on Hood? Hold on, I'll get that one next. Let's see here. PLTR up, it hits this level and bounce up. Usually good. So, tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. What's the difference between this trip here and every single other one?
Candle close.
How does it respond? Right? And
Not
yes, candle
responding.
close. It's not responding. It's dead. That's
Well,
literally
usually we
what
bounce.
usually when somebody's dead, they don't respond, right? That's about what I see at the moment. Now we can factor that into the lower time frame, and if you open up in range, maybe it finds itself enough floor to go and bounce back up. But it is time probably to start looking at what's below this, and that's where things get a little hairy. Harry, wow, yeah. I mean that's not not a good candle
Three,
close.
three taps on the weekly off the top too. Can't keep going higher after 3 times.
I mean you have a breakout, right? Back down, new low, or yeah, low, the low, empty space filled, reversal, fill the empty space back up, pop out again, second time, and failure again. All off the same price point. So, if you feel nervous or something and find some cheap 165.50s, that could be a hedge. And maybe, again, we still have, it's not even 3 o'clock. So if by some chance the market in general decides to climb back up, that could change. So, Pink Floyd's song "Comfortably Numb" reminds me of a fever dream. Yeah, that's actually that, and then the national anthem by Radiohead. You're a wizard. Thank you. Thank you. Oh shit, I'm double talking. My bad. TikTok. You guys could hear two of me. All right, so PLTR and WFC. I mean, that's resilience in the face of resistance. I mean, it's not. It's Wells Fargo, but yeah. I mean, that looks. I would take it up to the 9140s. It's a little weak. I mean, kind of would have hoped it would have already broken out yet. But it is holding the resiliency off of. I mean, you can just when I see that right there, if you hold underneath 89, you're a dork. Like if you see that many wicks off of one particular level and that particular level had 3 taps underneath it and you had to break it, come on now. That's a stop loss. This company made me 60K. Wells Fargo? Damn. Sold all my shares average on what? On what? Did I look at that one? On PLTR? Yeah. I sold a while back. Be honest with you. It's actually pretty sad though, because the guy who told me to buy PLTR, like, I mean, he was adamant. He sold before the break. He needed cash and he was like, I had to sell out. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? He didn't even say anything. All right. ARM is in a box, in a range. Very simple, right? However, we did hit those 24-hour candle closes to our left. Those 24-hour candle closes are sitting on that. It's a beautiful thing. So the next level below ARMS 104.50 would be cost basis of 102.30. If that breaks, I think that's a pretty substantial break. You have 96 following that. And then you'd have to dive into whatever the hell is right here and find your target there. That would be right there. 94.14 and maybe 89. So, all right, what do we got next? Bank of America. Obviously, another strong candidate for this is where sellers are supposed to do their job. And from what I can tell, they're not. It's got empty space directly up above it. And so I could definitely see this one moving to its imbalance, which would be 53. Let me not guess. Oh, damn. I was right. Okay, never mind. I was right. 53.62. And that's where you could look for that next target of 54. El Padrino. That's cool. I like that name. Starbucks. That's cooked, brother. Your beans are toasted. It's gone. Weekly. Man, I am getting so many bearish vibes. It's uncanny. That's not good. So Starbucks is below 93.75, 25. I mean, you have tomorrow to maybe save that 4-hour time frame. And down here. So I would say $90 retest is probably on its way. The only beneficial thing I can say about this push down on Starbucks is there's empty space up there. And I think if you are looking for a reversal on this, it's going to literally start by re-grabbing the 94.86 floor. But that would take some substantial price action back up. So, all right. Yeah, 280%. INTC. Okay, so what did you haven't lost anything. See, this is actually mad interesting because this is typically the area you'll find yourself building something like that if you cannot continue moving higher. And this is, I mean, just besides these wicks right here, those were the candle closes at 49.44. So a little bit of building, right, for INTC might be in order. Looking at it now, again, it's still a real possibility holding what you're holding now that you push off and into that empty space. But if you didn't, right? Or we ended up staying inside of this old cage, I would look for a pull back down to that same $56 level, $46 level, sorry. And that's where you would look. But there is still a great opportunity to the upside on INTC. So, all right, what else do we got? Hood. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Now on the weekly, if you were a weekly swing trading bear, you would have a very clear, I mean, this is hard not to, oh fuck. You would have a very clear $85.47 target. And that is where you're at right now. So I that's on the weekly very heavy, unless again something was to change tomorrow. This is the last samurai signal. 97.22 is your next leg down with this candle close. I would expect that tomorrow. And then I'd be looking at 93.90, 93.93 to get that next leg down. You got a nice pocket of empty space down there, so that's interesting. Visa,
Struggling right there.
what was that?
I said that shit's struggling right there. It's what 4 hour, 4 hour rejections right there.
Oh, up there? What are you talking about on Hood
I'm
or
sorry,
down here?
Q's on the same spot.
Ah, got you. Okay. Yeah, I mean the floor is getting wicked now. I wouldn't be surprised. I got some calls on the queues. Looking
Oh
at
shit!
What?
Check out Q's, bro. It just pop
I'm watching it right now. You must be on the 1 minute.
1 hour. Just pop right up through there.
Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, just need to get back over that 626 and got a nice little juicy play up there. All right, let's see. I did Apple. It's on YouTube. If you go check out my YouTube channel, it's already up there. I think I did. Let's see here. What else do we got, guys? Drop your request if you have any. I'm trying to see if there's anything good looking going into the next week. A lot is just speculative. Nothing's really true. Oh my God, that looks terrible.
Everything looks kind of heavy, right?
Everything looks heavy, dude. Everything looks heavy. And it's interesting because the queues, right? We're closing back up. We got empty space back up to the upside. And you got a heavy, heavy, heavy market. Not sure how I
Man,
would.
in past times, usually when you get 3 rejections, bro, that shit just falls.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But hasn't done that, so I don't know.
Not sure how to chart it, but would you look at cost? 24 looks like a lot. Let me show you something. Walk with me. Up, down, all the way down, 50%. Up, all the way back down, back to your structure. All the way up, chop, all the way down, new low. That's obviously a huge factor on whether or not Costco can hold, right? Is how it builds or what it builds on and retest. This, as far as I'm concerned, if I remember correctly, I gave analysis saying that it was 994 or 995 up there that needed to be broken. Might have even been that cost basis, but even that's not even true. So, I mean, if you are looking at a short on Costco, I really can't say no to that because I mean, when you build structure, you grab, hold, and grip. If you lose that grip, and this, I think what you're retesting now, absolutely right now, and not really responding to is really what's going to hold you up. So I mean, Costco definitely has the makings of a potential loss down to 909 or even lower, obviously, right? With what we've been able to perceive on these lower time frames and higher time frames. I mean, pop, reversal, pop, fucking full reversal. So yeah, I mean that is something to think about. It's not the cleanest chart, and I would not expect for that to be a shorter expiration trade. At least a week or two for sure. All right. I'm thinking Netflix 2 weeks out 85s. I mean, you'd have enough expiration. The 24 is bouncing off of the green candle close. So if we're being technical, right, the reason why I couldn't long it because it kept closing back under here, that was true and obviously led us down to that target. Now, when we go to the 4 hour, all of a sudden we can see the potential for that channel, right? Even if we want to pull it down a little bit, and you can kind of see how those points of contact in the median play out. The reality is, right, that this needs to be reclaimed. So you are in a perfect position to build. And my hope is that it does. And it does that while the market has time to recover because, right, we could be looking for that retest of 87, 88. So as long as you can set a great stop loss, or in this case, possibly even hedge for an $80, right? There's got to be some sort of protection, I think, to the downside without confirmation, unless we can get that. And I'm with you on that. Above that box, right? Which it makes perfect sense why we would be sitting where we're sitting. And I would even say that just to be sure, 83 needs to be recovered. So.
One of these times you're going to be right. After a couple $1,000.
Yeah, somehow I've been able to stay right around break even, go down a little, go up a little. So it's all right. We're coming to the end of our wrestling match. I promise. It'll be over soon. I have 3 puts in Wells Fargo. I just looked at that one. Did we talk about this or something? Are you cooked? Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're cooked. You're deep fried. Listen, we talked about this, and I know for sure I said that Wells Fargo was in between 2 boxes, and the better play was up, not down. So yeah, I mean, not to be rude or anything like that, but yeah, there is a chance of some deep cooking activities because there is nothing up there really to stop you except for the imbalance. So, all right, let's keep moving here. It's 3:13. If I see anything awesome, Wells Fargo looks good. I'll let you guys know. Microsoft hasn't changed, right? And then earlier today, I set you guys up with a 5-minute, like 3-minute box. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think it was down here. Yeah. And I swear to God, since me giving this analysis, you have stayed smushed in between those 2 boxes. So I think the obvious answer, right, is we have that wick or empty space in here and in here. So you're looking over 425, or if you want to be sure, 426. That's has not happened quite yet. So may happen before the end of the day. What's up, Potter? The eerie, calm asthma attack was causing me distress. Good to see you are well. You know what's funny is I got a fever today. We lit. I'm 100 and I was at 100. I don't know what I'm at now. I'm getting cold again. All right. Apple again. It's got a little. Okay, so you're holding that up. Let's go to the 4-hour. It doesn't look bad. I mean, it does not look bad at all. With this candle close, I would expect you at least to get to that 260 top range. But that's it. Do I think Microsoft is going to go up? Here's the deal with Microsoft. I'll just brush back up on this one. So, if we're looking at technical floors, right? Or something that Microsoft can bounce off of. This is the last thing holding you up. Because this floor, right? What we're pushing green off of. And what separates it, or what is protecting you from, is another torrential fucking downpour of that was crazy. 215.60, right? And all of this empty space could lead to a much longer dump. So in the moment, or at right now, this is a read and react scenario. You are looking, and I would say that the way it's bunching up right now, that's a great start, right? You're already trying to carry like a lower time frame uptrend. So I would say keep your eyes peeled on it now, right now, because over 425.15 and outside of 426, my answer will be yes. Now, what that's going to be limited to, right, is going to be 427. Yeah, 428. Just round it up. And of course, that would give you your first higher time frame green candle. And then if you're just looking at it on the hourly, this would get you a candle close outside of 424, which would exhibit a loss of seller's control down in this area. In perfect condition, because if I had a fever, I'd be dying. Never know what's going on inside a man's mind. I thought about it, you know? I'm tired of asking. You know why I'm here. How do you want me to send your kiss, dude? Because at this point, I can't even fight you off. What do you want, dude? This guy's been asking me for a kiss for a year straight, every day. Potter, where's my kiss? He said, kiss the camera? Get your ass out of here, dude. I'll see you next year. If we get another KSS play, dude, I'll eat the camera. All right, let's see here. Potter, I am in 310s and 305s for JPM. Okay, so that is correct, but don't leave this out, right? Is that not a box that popped up? Not exactly sure what it oh, okay, wick to wick, and then popped back down, right? So give it that range, because that's just as important. So you said JPM, let's take a look at it. Potter, stop being... Yeah, the whole chat. You guys want money or do you want kisses?
Money.
There you go.
Keep those in germ-infested kisses to yourself.
Yeah. You could go buy yourself some kisses, dude. You know?
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I think radio said it best. I take both.
Oh my god.
Kisses lead to kids.
Oh my god. This guy, yo. You said kisses
Oh,
lead to
sweet baby,
kids.
Jesus.
Sheesh. Okay, so this is the important level to reclaim. So you see how I was pointing, you are correct in the fact that that was the structure, right? You did punch down through that overnight. No, and intraday. You retested it. You punched through the box that you made here. I love doing this. Punch through the box here, then retested the floor. Look at this shit. I mean, as far as mechanics go, that's fire. Now, yes, you're not receiving the best reaction to that price right now, so let's look what's below you. Five-minute. So this is important. Both isn't an offense. Oh God. Telling my wife. Okay, so I'm not sure how I feel about. I mean, that is not my favorite type of price action up here. Hopefully, you fall quick and bounce off of either 305.04. But the plain and simple thing here is that this needs to be reclaimed. And right now, you know, you haven't necessarily lost anything, so you're still good. And that play opportunity is you know, just a wick away. But all right. Look at those veneers. These are not veneers, I can promise you that. Real teeth. You know, my dentist told me I didn't need my back molars. I was like, dude, I think I want them. He's like, you don't need all of them. You got a big mouth. I was like, sounds like I do need all of them then. So WFC looks good to the upside. They do look good right now. Again, we are not closed, but yeah, I mean WFC with the empty space up above it does look good. There's this sneaky little channel on all of them. I can see it on every single one of them. So obviously, this is the point in which the break likely occurs, and the first target would be 91.45. But yeah, we do need to get moving here. Nothing's been lost. So you can look at that idea and say, well, oh my God, a rejection. But if you're already in, right, you have, we already know what time it is. Stay above 89. So. Mjavi, I haven't really developed an opinion on that one, man. I really haven't. So, yeah, I'm still kind of curious on how that's going to play out. So, I'll probably have a better, more well-developed opinion on it next week. I'm going to talk to Manny about it too as well. Yeah, when I went to jail when I was 19, 20, I got my back molars knocked out of my mouth. All right, both SoFi, yeah, so SoFi down. He's gonna ask Alex Trey's. You're fucking evil, dude. Damn. All right, so I am swinging this short. I'm gonna take a shot on it. I have a really low risk position on it. I've already been in these contracts for a minute. I have I think February 20th. My target tonight, or tomorrow morning is going to, I'm prioritizing empty space. I say 22.75. If we get anything else, I'll consider it a get. That simple. I don't think that SoFi falls. And again, this is only what I think. I can't, you know, what I think are the limitations of our stock, you know, definitely could be it could be more. But with that being said, if by some miracle we punch through this box, you know, there would be some pretty gnarly targets around 1850, which is why I have a decent expiration. So if we do start heading that way, I will hold those, and that will be an incredibly low risk, incredibly high reward position, but we will see when we get there. So am I on a rebate deal? A rebate deal? For what? Netflix gave me anxiety. I have $86 calls for this week. Listen, if you're trading Netflix with me, I'm in an entanglement with Netflix that you don't necessarily have to be in. Um, but with that being said, yeah, I do it like outside of 83 and back up on this floor into that empty space. And I have it drawn out here what I think could likely happen. Listen, if you think, and maybe it does, but I don't think it will. If you think this thing goes all the way through and butters, I'm not sure it does. I think if we are bearish or even just building, you're gonna see whip saw Monday. So, but also it's being held down. I mean, while the market went up, while Q's ripped up, we didn't respond. We had a couple of good plays to the upside, and then every time, and I mean every time that you fill up that empty space, death. And we saw that in action. So I like it here. I like it at that 24-hour candle close being green. And if we can open up in this range tomorrow, all right, then we can look for an engulfment, and that's what this needs. I mean, this is bearish, right? This is bearish because you had a top that you couldn't break over at 86, and then you did, and then you failed. So that empty space above you will serve as a and retest and die. So if you can't come to terms with that, get the fuck out of Netflix, because this shit is not for sure. I'm wrestling a demon right now.
Last time you wrestled the demon, you won a bag off Snow.
I did. I wrestled that demon. You remember that? Hell yeah. I went to winter hell. I came out with a bag. All right. Netflix is going to 60. I don't think you're wrong. But short term, it's got to be retest. All right. Keep dropping those requests, guys. Let's see what else we got. What the food? Time is not now. Anybody else lagging on your trading view? My shit's lagging. There we go. I think the rotation out, yeah. So you did wick that same 2092, and that was what had to be broken. We knew that, right? And even reclaiming that floor, that was the high that needed to be broken, and clearly you failed. It failed. So with that being said, I did like that pull back up yesterday. I liked that candle close, but you did not confirm, right? And for that big 24-hour move, you don't have to front run those. You know, if you did and you got out, fine, but a candle close outside of 21, I think gets this rolling in the right direction. Otherwise, you have empty space down, and now that you're closing on the floor, you could be looking at a pretty nice retest down here at 1725. That's not a bad setup. That's not a bad setup at all. And the wick off the green candle, and the lack of response here. Yeah, I think a simple play down to 17, maybe runners into the gap. Fuck it. I mean, if you see momentum, if you're present, there you go. There's opportunity all the way down. So, all right, VRN. I'm gonna actually look at a position on that one. All right, fever's kicking back up again. I'm getting cold. Potter's a criminal. Yeah. Yeah, I got in trouble. I did a little bit of hard time. Anybody in Microsoft? Anybody take that entry, that free signal? Anybody? Anybody? All right. Huh? That was free money, baby. I didn't hear any of your guys' responses. It all sounded like one person, but
It's just so damn
what's up, Poop
expensive.
Bros? What'd you say? It's so dangerous?
No, it's so damn expensive, the contracts.
Oh, okay. Well, then I understand.
Trying to take your not touch anything unless I can buy 5 or 10 minimum.
That's always a good idea. No compromising. Jeez Louise, dude. Temperature control here. Feel like I'm in menopause. All right. When should I buy? Buy what? When do I know it's breaking out? A candle. Yeah. When you have purposeful pressure, sellers holding a price, they are requiring, right? What that's telling you is that price cannot escape here, right? That is our control. That's our cage. And if you have a cage that's holding an animal and they finally rip that fucker open and there's nothing to stop them up above them, they're gonna run free. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So when I see a candle disrupting, right? And there's actually a couple different signs here, right? Because if you're really paying attention, which I can't be everywhere all at once to do this for everybody, but you have a beautiful box built underneath. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So already disrupting this small box probably is going to disrupt this one. That's where all of the volume is. So by closing green, even just closing green on the 3 up against that 425.22 was a breakout. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. My bad, TikTok. It's over here. Let me show you again. For VRNS, are you shorting this one? Are you longing it? Down to 15. Lord have mercy. I'm going to tell you one of my golden rules, and then you can choose whether or not you want to deal with this one or not. I do not. It'd be like the same thing as asking me to go to short on Microsoft without a retest. I can't do it. This stock was at $63. It has lost more than half of its value. And a matter, I guess that's decent amount of consolidation since October till now. Now, you being here is not a short signal, right? You losing that was a short signal to here. You being green here does offer the potential of a retest back up. Now, targeting, I don't know if that's going to be a box. You had a box, built a box. So it's almost just stacks on top of each other. So I guess I'll give it that box. And it's kind of played around with cost basis. So, I mean, I think if you do look down, clearly this thing is not operating as it should. You would be looking at 29.47. Now, why is this box being all fucky, right? Why is it wicking off of an underneath cost basis? Well, you kind of did just absolutely shit the bed all the way, bounce off of it, and now you're recalibrating all of that volume. So I don't expect for this one, which on a general basis is not operating with that sort of volume, to perfectly adhere. That being said, because you are going green, I would say you need a gap down or you need a retest at minimum at 31.28. All right. I just got here and loving the vibe. Hell yeah. It's a little sick vibe, but we're out here. So pretty good. Look at Microsoft. So let me go back and show you. So you asked me, what does it look like when something's about to break out? Again, you're looking for a disruption in price. Let me show you what that looks like. Do you see that sellers have a job? Their job is to hold price down. They're doing that. That is, again, think of it like a cage. It is a cage that's holding a fucking animal. And the more that it shakes inside of that cage, the wilder it gets. And eventually, when you see a paw outside of that cage, when it tears open a hole, and in this case, we're looking for a disruption in seller's plan. Seller's plan is to keep it on, and I'm using, you know, I'm using analogies and metaphors and shit when I do this, to try to help people understand, because we don't need to go down and look at these fucking, you know, the colorful ABC map and find every single order. Like it doesn't take that much to comprehend. If you do not want price to get above 425 and you short, and then price closes outside of your average, you're probably going to get out. And when you get out, you buy. And when you buy, you egg other buyers on, and you squeeze other sellers out. And what are we seeing right now as it expands into its lower time frame empty space? That's all empty. See? Empty. And that's why we're seeing price move freely. We should expect a little bit of turbulence as we near here. And yep, just as I thought, you can even expect turbulence here. So, why do I have Stelio in a case? Oh my God, get out of here. Am I the only one who does not believe in SoFi earnings? If you don't believe in that, I do not blame you. I would not, yeah. Thank you, Potter. My son and I are learning a lot from your system. You're in Microsoft? Beautiful, dude. Everything on this chart is telling a story and giving you the up. Do you see it? Turbulence. We should expect it when empty space ends. Now, I try to do this too to show you guys why I only want to trade in empty space. I don't want to call me lazy, whatever. But at least with the shorter expiration contracts, there's no deliberating. It's A to B. It's A to B. And because price is allowed to move freely in that empty space, that's when I see the rapid expansion of value on my contracts. I get out when we are nearing structure, and I let whoever else wants to deal with it, deal with it. Now, if I have a longer expiration and more expectation, then okay. Look at it. So if you can't find or build yourself a floor here, which it looks like you might be trying to, right? If you can't do it here, and that's what you're going to do typically, is when you get up against an obstacle, you're going to set up camp. And if the camp fails to provide, you're going to go back to where you started from, and you're going to try to do it down there. Be fun to watch this. Now it has buyers, or it has this kind of squeeze momentum on its side. So hopefully we can just whoop, right it. That's what else crazy I haven't right when I said it. So now it would be 428.84. All right. So let's we'll keep an eye on this one over here. If you're on YouTube or Discord, you guys can see it. But let's take a look at Visa for earnings. So first thing that we do, right, when we get into earnings, what do we look at? How does it perform? Like shit, at least there. 354 to 341, but then you gap up in the morning and rip ass and completely destroy your position. Nope. Damn, Microsoft. Okay. If you took that entry on Microsoft, you're killing it. And the farther you get away from all of this structure, the better. I'm watching it. Yeah, it's going. All right. So let's see. Any other earnings events that really blew our socks off? That was a decent one. No, that was not. That happened afterwards. So this seems like a lagger. That sounded like a derogatory term. That one is gonna get its earnings and then kind of build up and push off. So I will say this. Obviously, yes, with this empty space directly up above, it could be a good move. The price right now is hanging out. Fuck off. If you took that Microsoft trade, you are cooking. Hot damn. I love it. All right, let's take a quick look back at that. Because I think that's helping the queues. All right, I have no more structure here except for, all right, wait for it. So you would have between this and that. Ah, that's what you're struggling against. Not struggling, but that's what you just hit. 430.60. So next would be 431.64. And if you pull back, where do you want to hold? Right here. If you don't, now you got to look elsewhere. Not bad.
Could you check APP?
I started talking about it before it took off. How were you up 22%? You said APP? It hadn't broken out yet.
Yep.
Okay, 24-hour looks a little bit better. However, it'd be nice if we were not resisting that red candle to our left, right? However, you get 3 24-hour candles bouncing and holding 554. You've got empty space directly up above you for the wicks at 597 and the candles at 613. You've got the 4-hour time frame. Backs me up on that one big time, but also turns that floor into cost basis, which would be your next play up. And so now we can bring this one there, and that's what needs to happen. Does it have an uptrend? Yes. Yeah, doesn't look bad.
So my mentality might be a little wrong on this, but it's hella expensive, but it moves really good.
It
And I
does.
was seeing if I get maybe a zero day or 1 day, because they're cheaper.
How much? How much is it?
I
That
haven't looked
that
yet.
is that is a huge determining factor on whether or not I want to take something like that. A PP.
What's your target? I'll look.
I'm looking right now. It would be 597. Or rather, so hold on. Wait, I want you to pay attention to this. How far on the strike from where it's at, right? How far does that value bleed out to? Now, I'd expect that to drop about 3, but from what I'm seeing, it doesn't drop off until 587.50s. That's where you start to see weird spreads and the ask kind of sitting still. So I would say you could play within about 4 strikes of your target. So if you wanted to keep it low risk, which is what it sounds like you're trying to do, I would say 605 to 600 would be your cheapest options. I'll take it with you. But I will say this, and please be prepared, because if you put bad risk into this, you're going to get your ass fried. If you cannot get over this wall, or we do not gap over, or or worse, you gap up to it, we're going to come back. You're going to come right back down. And so you better have either A, just know that in the morning and wait for that gap fill. And if it bounces and goes and blows over that, then you're in a great position to take this one up. I like the 2 bounces off the bottom. I like the 2 off the top, but I have to, because we're taking this and the candle is not. It is outside of this, right? 557. You can see those 3 wicks. I'll bring it down so you can see it right there, right? So we are outside of that, but it's that I would be the most concerned about going forward. So I don't expect for that to like pop up and reject overnight, but that's what I see.
Well, thank you, sir.
Don't mind me. I'm just having a moment of silence for no reason.
Yeah, okay.
That shit just went green. Yeah. Where to long Netflix? I think he's talking to a girl. Wait, what? Talking to a girl with is more important than stick right now? You talking about? Netflix, listen, if you want to die, I'm just kidding. Uh, Netflix has a tomorrow we're gonna need to get through, and this is on the 3 minute, but it translates. We need to get through the structure overhead, and right now, I'm just gonna put it plainly. I got into an entanglement on this one. Shouldn't have, but the only saving grace is that it bounced off of this. As far as I'm concerned, losing that $86 mark was pretty bearish. So while there is still empty space and definitely a play opportunity up there, we don't know if it wants to butter through that and give us that new high or retest and drive back down. But I'm obviously putting a little money on the board. So no shot. Look at that, baby. So hands free. Don't even have to look. How does empty space fill? Real good. Look at that. That is fucking money. I'm glad you guys got to watch that live. So now fall fast. And again, this is what scares the shit out of most people, but you do want to fall fast. You want to move just as quickly as you went up, back down to retest those levels. And it may be just a little bit further, but I'm banking on these 3 wicks right here to be that bounce level. The blinker doctor. I've actually had I kept this Microsoft chart on stream, and before I left today, this wasn't on YouTube or anything. I basically mapped it out this way. I said there's empty space up here and there's empty space up above that. If you get and I also marked out this downside right here. So I basically said you're smushed. And so if you can get over the 425.33s, awesome. And you built, I mean, I actually couldn't believe it because I walked away and came back and I was like, whoa, holy shit. Not only did you build a box, but then you shoved volume back down to the floor and then you chopped it up and used cost basis as resistance. So by breaking the top of your box, you're breaking resistance, which would break and disturb the overhead 425.22 and then also simultaneously break that cost basis, which would then drive price into the empty space and probably cause a squeeze, which did. Juicy. GLL. Do I trade stocks like this? Nah, no, I've never put my fingers on this one, and no, 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 I don't. Man, what a stock to be a bear on, though. I haven't ever, but this is just like asking me to give you analysis on gold. This is at all-time lows. And as far as I'm concerned, you wicked off of the first, goddamn, dude. So even on this random stock, life is still abiding by the system. So it looks like you went wick to wick, but you did tap that first green candle over there and then pulled yourself back up or down, I guess, in this case. So if anything, you've got strength and now you've got range. Free signals in my bio. If you were really good, then you wouldn't need to be in here. Also, it looks like you're in. You got to be from Bulgaria or something like that. The hell does that say? That's Bulgarian, dude. Gross. All right. Some Bulgarian scammer, dude. If you guys have a chance, go look at the Bulgarian Instagram, though. That's funny. Whoever runs that account. A bat down. All right, we got 10 minutes here. Holy shit. Holy crap. American Battery Company. Oh my God. So you still tried to pull yourself up just ever so slightly, but not enough to really grab hold. Man, it feels bearish. Everything feels bearish. So the reality here is, I mean, on the 4 hour, you are still holding. You did get a retest. So if you aren't already in a position on this one, there you go, Netflix. You've got to clear these 3 wicks, and that's it. Those are equal in value. So I mean, with the empty, you don't have a lot of empty space or anything up above you. So I mean, it shouldn't be that relatively that hard to do. But it does look like, yeah, you're bouncing now. And as I move down to the 15-minute, I see a potential retest at 460. All right, 10 minutes, 9 minutes. Thank you for respecting the play and explaining why you don't trade it. Of course. Bears are cute. I like being a bear.
I just made 100% on the Qs.
Nice, dude. Look at that. You don't need me.
I only had like 1 contract or 2 contracts, but hey, it's 100%.
That's fire, dude. All right, so that changes the 24-hour candle and has me looking at IWM now too as well. Microsoft, how we doing? Very good. Okay, so it looks like you're going to start using that structure to build around. Oof. Buyers trying their hardest to get this one back up. Looks like he bounced right off of that, which was that floor / resistance there. So hopefully you can turn that into a little box, but I would not, I mean, you could still fully reverse this being inside of this little channel now that you have one, and that'll be how Microsoft starts building a box. Now you probably don't want that, but we'll see. Again, we're still, looking at the Qs moving up right now. All right. What is Trump? Thank you very much. I just needed some help from the more detailed way to enter and pay attention to zones. Yeah, for sure. Video.
Yeah, I think he speaks after close.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Are you did you look at Apple?
Yeah.
Has it moved? I didn't even look at the chart.
It's moving right now.
Oh yeah, it's guys, yeah.
They're changing the candles right before close. So yeah, I mean, you guys look
away?
Huh?
You staying away?
No, I'm playing a couple things right now.
Okay, cool.
Apple has earnings, so I'm not taking Apple earnings.
No, yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather steal an apple farm before I take that trade. I'd rather take Tim Apple hostage and get his money before I take Apple earnings again.
Jesus, bro. You got that much trauma?
Not trauma. It's just like, when somebody's like telling their dog to leave in the movie and he's like, get out of here. I don't need you anymore. It's kind of like that,
Are you the dog in that situation?
No. Apple's the dog. Apple's half the reason that I'm here. I mean, I traded Apple. It was brilliant how easy it was to trade. And then something changed. And I think it's just, after the split, I don't think people realize how much that fucker's actually worth and how hard it is to get that fucker to actually move. And it's only gotten harder. So I it's not just that, it's also just and not to say that it doesn't have good plays, and I'm glad to be in a position where I can help other people with it, but I personally don't like the contracts. Not a big fan of the price action. When the price it's like very specific times and it will go on a run. And then it's like it will kind of kill you afterwards. So I think I've just made my peace with Apple. Pen looks like it's dying. Now it is not. It is below the floor and it's on the weekly. The 24-hour would also be very much the same. Nobody wants to buy this. Awesome. $12.87. Target $11.80. That's a not fun chart though. Let's see if I was right. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, so it's not like you have empty space up above you. Nice, Microsoft. Good stuff. Now let's see what it needs to deal with up above.
Cool
Okay.
little 1600% on SPX right there.
Jesus.
What'd you grab on APP?
What did he say?
I know you did. I know you grabbed something.
Leave me alone. I got 605s and 600s.
All right.
Did somebody just say 1600% on SPX?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Good job, bro.
I love hearing that shit. Like, I didn't have anything to do with that.
55s.
That's so fucking cool, man. Dude, just to let you guys know, like when those of you who are struggling, like when you guys are hitting these trades, like you guys are still outperforming 99.9% of everybody who sells something on the internet.
Yeah.
Think about that shit. That's crazy. I'm about to lose 20 members to they're starting their own groups. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, when you guys take these trades, you are outperforming all of these knuckleheads that are telling people, 44%, 50%, 25%. It's crazy. Microsoft's trying to bust up into that floor. Seems pretty relentless right now. I am curious on an IWM swing. Off the floor and back up. That's a good candle
Yeah,
close.
I'm looking at baby.
267s are really cheap. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna take a few of those.
You're probably going to get those for like the middle of the week, right?
267?
Yeah, right? For like the middle of next week?
The middle of next week. What is today?
Like maybe Monday or Tuesday, right?
I guess I thought it was Wednesday.
Today's Thursday, yeah. So I don't know if you're going to swing Friday contracts into a move that has structure in front of it, but just curious. Yeah, if you did take that strike, obviously for next week, or fuck, if you're crazy, take it tomorrow. But you could hedge yourself if you needed to. But
I took 265s IWM for tomorrow. I'm up 85%.
not bad.
When did you get in those IWM calls for tomorrow?
I think he was talking to you, dude.
Was it Kenny that said that?
Yeah.
No, I said it.
Wait, check your.
Brother, you should be up about 50% on app level.
My trade price was 0.31.
D-Train. Oh, cool. You sent me something to my P.O. box? Man, you and Neil are my best friends. I will go pick those up middle of a while. She sent me some peppercini type things, dude. I'm lit. All right. We got 1 minute here. I got to do a couple of things, so hold on. Here's the bell. It never fails. Oh, come on. You filled that guy. There you go. Kind of scared me there for a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey, Potter, I have a quick question.
33s, bro. 170%
Damn.
in 5 minutes.
Can somebody tell me what this says? Because I'm scared to say it out loud. What does that mean? I'm pretty sure that what is that? Name. Race. Dude, what?
Hey, Potter, I have a quick question.
Yo, what's
In
up, brother?
regards to the queues moving up that quick at the end.
Uh-huh.
Because you always say, like, if it makes a quick move by the end, just be careful, it might pull back or something.
So yes, but also remember one of the big when it bounces, what does it have to do? When you move fast, what has to happen in order for you to keep moving? What happened on Microsoft to allow
Reclaim.
you have
Reclaim a
to
floor.
right. You need to reclaim something. So the fact that Microsoft is doing what it's doing now, the fact that it was able to hold on to the levels that it ripped past, even though it pulled back from 431 all the way to 428 in 1 3-minute candle, it was still able to reverse that because it had volume underneath it. You want to put volume underneath you. So when we look at the cues, have we put volume underneath us? Have we put
Si,
volume underneath us? Yes, we have. So what that gives you the ability to do is set a stop loss. So let's say overnight this moves up to 630 and then tomorrow it gaps down. My bet is it gaps down to the wick, gaps down to the open, right? And then goes and fills that up. How would I feel about PLTR calls here?
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. PLTR calls here. I would be... I can't say yes now. I can't. Because you have not reclaimed anything. You have just hit the floor. And when you hit a wick floor, it's the body candle closes up above you that are typically going to dictate, not dictate, but that's just what has to happen in order for you to go up. So I do actually see a upside play for tomorrow, maybe going into Monday, into these two pockets of empty space. But tomorrow's target would be here. Tomorrow's
We just
target.
took a bet.
Huh?
Me and my brother just day traded a little on the lower time frame just now.
The PLTR?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Did you already get out?
Yeah, I got out with some games and left a runner.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, can someone is that say hold on, let me mute myself on the other apps. There's too many people. Sorry. All right, let's see. IWM. Oh, let's see. Apple. Not move. What else do we have? Apple Sandet. That one actually, I'm mad curious. I just want to see what it does. Probably nothing, but we'll see. Visa. Let's see how Visa's doing. Okay, starting to work its way up into that empty space. Oh, shit.
Do we know what Trump's supposed to talk about, or is it just one of those ones?
Do we ever know what the fuck he's going to talk
guess,
about,
yeah.
dude?
I suppose, right?
No
Hey, Garrett, I
way.
took that Microsoft on a pullback. When it pulled back, I took that trade.
You did it? Oh man.
Yeah, I did. When it come back, and when it pulled back, and then I was like, well, that seems like. And you said it was and you thought that's where it was, and it was real close to that time when I took it. And I'm up 48% right now.
Great job, man. I know I'm younger than you, but I'm proud of you. Young pride. Hood is flying?
I sound as young as you do, though.
Yeah, you do. Hood is flying. Brother, I need to see how you fly, dude. What type of planes have you been watching? Does that have earnings today too or not?
That earnings on the 10th.
That was a great bounce. That was a great bounce. The only play I see on Hood is a punchback through this box into this. I mean, it's one of the most popular brokerages in the fucking world. RACES could be the acronym for a service that helps immigrants, refugee, and okay. I wanted to be sure, Hank. People set me up. How does NVIDIA look? It looks the same as it did when fucking Jorge asked me about it this morning or yesterday or something like that. I mean, it fucking pulled back, bounced, and held itself up. Maybe tomorrow look for a day trade over 193.50 into the 195s. Runners maybe up a little further. Damn. Nice. Wells Fargo.
So it was like 442.50 for tomorrow. Or yeah, for tomorrow. That's what I took.
442.
Yeah, there's a yeah, it was just a shorter term play.
I see what you're doing.
It's just more secure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Pray for us here in Ohio. The protections for Haitians ends on Tuesday and ICE is coming. Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, I'm sure it is, dude. I'm sure it is. It's fuck. Got to take a shot every time he mentions he's stopped 8 wars. Oh, for Trump's speech tonight? That'd be kind of fun. I'll go buy a bottle of tequila right now, dude. We'll play a Trump drinking game in the Discord. Or when he says, you know what? Drink anytime he says, nobody would have ever thought, or nobody expected it to be that big. Nobody thought it could happen. Although he says that shit all the time. Hope it was trash. I don't know what happened. Got 750 calls. That's why you got crushed, Carla. IV crush. Or ooh, I just hit sent a W. Whoops, my bad. I don't know if you're listening right now, but IV crush. Bank of America. It looks good right now. I'd love to see what it looks like tomorrow. 53.62 would be that break. It actually looks pretty good. Again, like to see the candle close. I think you have a target right up around 54 and 54.30. So Oracle, I think we get the shit kicked out of it. Okay, so you did get a bounce today, but you didn't grab anything. So tomorrow's goal is going to be to turn that candle green and to get above 172. $172. Oracle to 0. I'm sure eventually. MU on its daily $10 runs. Oh my God. That has got to be one of the wildest stocks I mean, we used to trade this thing a lot. And it used to blow my mind. You remember that? Oh, do you guys remember the punchback? I remember this shit. I remember the gap up on the floor. Yeah, man. MU used to be the heat. I mean, obviously still is. You notice, actually, I didn't think about this until just now, but
Man, somebody's gonna make a lot of money on that one these days.
that's interesting. Hey Potter, I have a friend who wants to join your monthly. Where can she find the link? That is on potterstockstrading.com, Carla. Is she wanting to check it out? I liked MU better when it stayed in. Yeah. It's a lot of volatility nowadays, man.
Boy, it'd be nice if you had a TTI trade on that, huh?
Oh man, you're telling me, dude. I've learned to you know, especially I think, you know, we'll go through more cycles like this in the next 5 years, but you know, next cycle you get an opportunity to, you know, or next major pullback the market sees. It's like, man, that could be your opportunity to do it again on a lot of the same stocks. Is Ruben still in gold? I have no idea.
Western Digital has done the same thing too. I charted it with Junior and Study Hall on the 8th, and it's up like over $100 a share.
That's insane. That is actually insane. Yeah. What do they even do? What is Western Digital?
Man, another good day.
Wait, what'd you say?
I think MU. I think they build chips.
No, not MU. I know that. I was talking about Western Digital Corporation. I know
Well,
it's
I
a
think
tech
they
company.
do too. I think they have something to do with chips.
SNDK. What is that? Oh my God. Did it go?
It's
Oh,
memory storage, SanDisk, and Western Digital. Their memory storage.
this is incredible. In September of last year.
I'm surprised you don't have equity in MU.
In NVIDIA?
No,
In SanDisk?
Micron.
Micron. No, I missed the boat on that one, man. I missed the boat on it. It's cool though. You can go back to like this time frame, May of last year. Go look at my YouTube videos, and you can go see where we were talking about this one.
You know, it seems like we should have figured that out because it's like they had such a need for chips, and you knew they were going to need chips, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been one thing after another, kind of like snowballing. Ooh. Ooh. Visa. Trading Visa. I don't like MasterCard either.
You like that close on APP?
I'm still in here.
Me? Oh, yeah. I like that close on APP. We might be rich tomorrow, brother. Me and you.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Hey, I grabbed some of that.
Hey, that was mine. Why'd you grab my contracts, man?
You shared it. You shared it.
Yeah,
I took that signal.
That signal. Oh my God. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Somebody pointed it out. I don't know who it was. I just knew they did it.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's me now.
Alex, did you unprivate the education? Yeah, he unprivated them. Do you know why I did that? I'm working on replacements for them. But I need somebody. I need to like have Ivy watch them because I'll just sit there and keep editing them until I fucking explode. You're in SNDK. Oh man, brilliant, brilliant.
Hey, bro, what did you say about the body of a candle closing on the floor of a wick? What did you say about that?
If you close inside of a wick, but underneath the bodies, that is typically where you'll see continuation. You'll see a retest. Excuse
Damn,
me.
take your time, bro. Take your time.
Yeah. The air got really harsh there for a second. It's hard to breathe. Ooh.
Yeah,
Excuse me. That's fucking insane, guys. That's insane. How much were those contracts, though? Tell me that. Riddle me that.
yo, I paid 30 cents for the 633s.
My God. You didn't want to share that information, dude? No, I was kidding. $5.90? Oh man, actually, that's low key crazy.
It's about to snow in Florida, dude.
You guys getting snow?
It snowed in Florida last week, bro.
No, it did not. Did it really?
Yeah, northern Florida, yeah.
Shit, South Florida is getting snow flurries.
Is it
Got
snowing
some
right
orange
now?
trees up there.
Oh, dude.
That's
You know what
crazy. I got friends
videos?
down in Tampa, yo.
I
They
get.
ran out of Virginia down there.
Have you watching those Chinese videos where they like fucking cut the oranges open off the tree? You ever seen those?
Yep.
It's
Good
so
as fuck.
juicy. Dude, they do. Yeah,
Or,
they
or the
do.
mangoes in the Philippines and shit like that.
Oh
Good
my
shit.
God, bro. I
They
seen
don't-
that
they
shit
don't-
in the
I went
Philippines.
when I crack them open.
How your man? You got mango trees down there, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They have to do. There's so many. There's such a variety of them.
You put horse poop on or pig poop on them, dude. Mix it in the
Put
soil
poop on
around the
all the
base.
fruits. Yeah.
Don't put it on the fruit, dude. That's disgusting. That's probably why it doesn't taste so good.
No,
This guy's
okay. Well, not
ridiculous.
on the fruit, but
This guy's putting poop on the fruit. Oh my God. All right. Anything else? Anybody have anything else we're looking at? Gold. Yeah, let's look at gold and silver. Oh, how did that do today? So you had, okay, yeah, you did have a little nice drop down here, and you absolutely, that's money. If
think we're
anything,
going to
maybe
war.
rate. You thought we were going to war?
I think we're going to war. Lockheed Martin's up.
They got earnings? Oh no, that's just earnings. We're already at war. They're already making money. That's crazy. And you know what? Do you see this circle right here? That's where I said LMT is probably going to go right back. I remember doing the analysis on this one. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I did get this week, yeah. Regular snow in Miami or Miami snow? When's the last time it actually snowed in Miami, dude? What are you guys bitching about, dude? There's hardly anything here. Hmm. Your husband wants to go long on Oracle now? He said, tell me what I want, what I really, really want. Maybe. Maybe. I think here's my general plan of attack when I'm looking to make an investment in something. I want to see sellers start losing, right? So I want to find an area that we're near that sellers control. That would be 175.30 on the weekly. Now that translates immediately to a 24-hour floor because this system is fucking badass. And so I would say box up that floor and look for a punch over 180.20 and go into that gap. And you have plenty of pockets of empty space to take advantage of that. So he said, drop a bag on it. I'm like, hold on, I'm Ass Potter. There could be some really good strategic places to she already has that, Ivy, I think. Yeah, she already has that, Ivy. But yeah, that punchback is would be a great place to get started. So I don't really see anything here. Oh, 4 hours a little bit better. Okay, so 4 hour, you could maybe even get a starter position at 172.22. So I would say this 4 hour chart, Carla, maybe screenshot that and utilize that. VELO. Also, what happened to the charting party last night, dude? I was lingering. I didn't see it. It's okay if you guys didn't, but we should have one soon, though. Microsoft. Oh man, we had a perfect little entry on that one. No way. So it's at the top of that box right now. Look at it, guys. That was cool. That was cool to watch. And I will say that right there is an example of how in real time, if you are in my Discord, I can't do this for everybody, but if you're in the Discord and you pull up your chart or you share your stream or you send in your chart or you just tell me, hey, I'm about to take a position over the break here right now or in the next 5 minutes, like I'll watch it. Good day for everybody. Easy swing. Muffin magnet. What was the 3-on-1 I was seeing? Oh God. So instead of doing one-on-ones, I thought maybe it might be more beneficial for like 3 people to link up together who are all maybe, similar small account, medium account, whatever, brand new. So it might be something where you have to I might have to have something for you to fill out, but I think it might be easier than doing one-on-ones, just to have like a little baby group. Potter, you're so demure. Thank you. I actively put effort into that exact characteristic trait. That's crazy you say that. I know what I see. You're in? Nice. All right. Unk. Ooh, what's this? Is this a little P&L calendar? Okay, we got a little crazy on Friday. I would say that's probably weeklies. But nice consistency. Not bad. Obviously pretty damn good today. Nice job, dude. Hell yeah. Unk, what's this? Oh, damn. The accounts day P&L 120%. Lord have mercy. What did you get this morning? Check it out. Are you from Czechoslovakia? The Czech Republic. Let's see here. Ooh. How does Microsoft look for tomorrow? Listen, I will throw this out there. If you can be yes, Toothless. Can you get off my keyboard, brother? Thank you. Yep. Okay. Uh-huh. Here you go. All right. Wow. You just knock shit over just to get here. Yeah. You know what? I would just keep an eye on it. Honestly, with this empty space right here, if you swung it, the target is 438 72. 438.72 would be my overhead target there. What are you doing, dude? All right. JPM, broken fallen trend, and entering new box above. It's entering empty space, I think. Or getting into that empty space, yeah. Alrighty. All right. PDYN. Where have I heard that before? PYDN. Wait. Or PDYN. Dyslexia. Paladin. That's right. Just talking about Fallout today. Yeah, no problem. Dude, what are you doing? Please stop. John, legit living your dream right now? What's your dream, dude? Oh my god. Dude, I can't. My cat is rubbing against my hand, like rubbing his face against my hand. I can't. Trying to do analysis right now. You know what? That wick right there that's not good for business, right? It doesn't necessarily kill it. All right, brother, you cannot do this. I love you, but you can't do it. Yep. Yeah, that's a little fishy. So, can I factor in a similar down uptrend? Nope, doesn't work. So typically when you break out, you do not want to get pulled back underneath. Now, when you did that, you didn't lose anything, but if you do end up losing 614, there's a short there. There is a short. So in order for you to get this to achieve continuation of the upside, it starts by a 780 reclaim 24-hour candle close. Yeah, you're actually at cost basis. So there could be just as I don't know if this has options, but there could be a play to the downside if you end up punching down further. So interesting.
Damn, brother, what happened to C3 AI?
Death. It wicked up, hit resistance, and died. No way. Yeah, yes way. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
I always thought that was funny. Yes way. Or no way. Like Yahweh.
Andalaway.
There you go. There's another one. Add that one to the book.
Jingle.
Look at us. Look at us stimming together. Very cool. Very demure. Look at Microsoft, guys. Might be waking up to a full harvest.
Did you swing any of the ETFs?
I got a little IWM.
What'd you play? You played it closer then for tomorrow?
I played it for next week and tomorrow. I played closer for tomorrow, and then I played farther out for next week. 267 next week. 265 tomorrow.
Yeah, see, I looked at the 265s, but I felt like tab time was the same price.
Yeah.
The 267s. Fuck it. Those close swings into tomorrow, bro. If it goes the wrong way, you're fucking cooked. On IWM at least.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
See what Trump says here.
Hello, everybody. Huge news. I spotted my penis in the mirror today. I'm sorry.
He's wilding.
I had to put the mirror on the ground. Yeah, I'm getting banned.
Damn, you're still on there?
Yeah,
Cooked.
I forgot.
Cooked.
Clip that, Neil. RFK put a Happy Meal in my favorite place. Hands-free eating. All right. Yo, Donnie J. Epstein just joined my TikTok live right as I started doing that. Oh my God, life is a comedy. All right, TikTok, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Anybody
You-
play deck on earnings?
Says
Deck?
Trump's gonna de-escalate tensions amid his immigration crackdown.
Yeah, well, they just had a leaked video of Bovinos calling for mass arrest or some shit like that. I haven't watched it yet. I'm about to. Yo, APP might be a... Also, how many of you are in Microsoft?
Apple's moving up a little bit because of earnings.
Anybody? Microsoft? Hank? Look at that. He's flying his high, his flag high. His Microsoft flag. Yo, the Microsoft screensavers used to be lit. You want to talk about...
Like the Windows?
Listen, my
Red,
teacher...
it's like red, green, yellow.
It took my it took my teachers like 3 months to figure out why I couldn't pay attention in class, because she had her computer facing towards us, and so like I would just be, I mean, I couldn't help it, brother.
Oh.
I was in that computer basically. Yeah.
Because it used to bounce, right? Like corner to
Yeah.
corner.
Nah, that one, Grape Swallow. It was that one, brother. I was a plumber. I was Mario, dude. I was like in my mind, like fucking. I can't even. Yeah. I can't even recollect what I was
no
thinking back
shit.
there. Oh, dude, yeah. Those, I mean, there was multiple different screensavers because it would
I
cycle
remember
through.
these. You know how great that? Fuck, I was young, dude.
Yeah, dude. They did not realize how badly that distracted me. Like, yeah, you probably need to put me in like a fuzzy room, a padded room. Am I a day trader? I'm whatever the chart requires me to be. Yo, Donnie J. Epstein said I heard it. Oh, that's funny as shit, man.
When man
Apple's
calls you
going
to
to
fear.
push up the queues, aren't they?
You said what?
I said Apple will push up the queues.
Yeah, it'll push up. Push spy up too. Oh, it's almost as if somebody may have called that empty space. Wow, Apple giving a move. Now, if APP gets up in here tomorrow, oh, we're having a party. Little pizza party. So yes, I'm a trader. Yeah. I primarily swing trade. That's I like to kind of hybridly swing into day trades, if you will. But yeah. I don't show up every day like opening trade, bam. I am one with the charts. Plus I swung Microsoft. Yeah, I think you'd be all right. I think you'd be all right. Yeah, the tubes. The tubes. Can I look at ARM? With the bounce that you get today, you could look for it to turn into a green candle. You will have a green candle that will move likely right up into here. And it'll look like that. So, but that happened. Your play. So this is where I can literally show you the play before it happens. Floor reclaim, punch back, and then you're playing it up to those wicks in the body. So at 114.65. So yeah, it does look good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut YouTube down. Will you polish J Diamond's head live on TikTok? I'd rather give him a noogie. You know what I mean? With that
I bet
ball.
they can AI that. Tell Alex
That was
to
a little
AI
close,
that.
wasn't it? Wasn't it, Jorge?
Yeah,
That shit felt
yeah.
bad. I didn't like how I felt after I said that word. That was crazy.
All right, I'll catch you later. Good
Okay,
shit,
brother.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, peace. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.